Hey everybody, my name is BlakJak. Welcome back to Spider-Man Miles Morales. Last time, uh, Finn found out who he was. This time, we're gonna relax a little bit. We're gonna make some beats, swing around the city, maybe be inspired by the city, and collect some beats. While I was at it, I tried to do some achievement hunting. Things that were a little out of the way, so we might actually start off with that a little bit. Yeah. So let's begin by hearing where we're supposed to be going. Let's see. For that, we did get the programmable suit and the winter suit. Now, the winter suit's just basically the classic suit with a hat and scarf. I'm not really going to talk too much into detail about it. But we're going to be doing this video in our programmable matter suit, which I mentioned prior, gives you unique finishers. So that's what we're going to be doing. And we're going to head off to the Harlem Cemetery, just to pay our respects for a little while. And while we're heading up there,
time to call Finn. Hope she answers.
Hi, Spider-Man.
Finn, hey, we need to talk. In person.
So you can lie to me again?
So I can make this right. Please. Meet me at Trinity Church. No more lies. I promise.
If you're screwing with me... Fine. I'll see you there.
At least she's willing to meet. Okay, Trinity Church. Let's go.
so yeah, our destination is Trinity Church, and that's where we're going to be continuing the story in the next video. But we're going to head over to Harlem Cemetery. We're going to be hearing a dance cast, but we're also be paying our respects to a few people for the achievements. But also, I don't know, I just like paying the respects to like the fallen people in the characters' lives. Even like in Batman, I do the same thing.
Hello, friends. This is the Danicast with our debate.
That's your intro? Lame! We in the business call that burying the lead. Hype it up! Let me ask you something, Danny. Do you ever think about what you're inciting? About your journalistic integrity?
More than some.
Because your campaign against Roxxon is baffling to an actual journalist like myself. You should be attacking the young, unproved vigilante who keeps causing problems in Harlem.
What? You twist everything Spider-Man does into something malicious while simultaneously excusing everything Roxxon does wrong. All Spider-Man needs for you to support him is to get a better PR department.
The only problems Spider-Man fixes are the ones he causes. I won't praise the arsonist for putting out his fire. Meanwhile, Roxxon built a beautiful plaza in a failing neighborhood.
By tearing down homes and businesses, our new Spider-Man is proving that Harlem isn't the failure Roxxon makes it out to be. And you, Mr. Jameson, for someone who claims to love New York, you sure do seem to hate New Yorkers.
You are clearly emotional, young lady, so I'm invoking the mercy rule on this debate. Jared, shut it down! And whose idea was it to debate a teenager? There are no good objects to destroying a child! Get the car! I need a hot stone massage!
Hello? Hello? Yeah. He's gone. Well, thanks for the debate that you demanded, Mr. Jameson. To everyone else, remember to stand up every half hour while working at a computer. Bye!
That is super duper helpful advice, especially for someone like me who sits all day at a computer for my job. But I couldn't find what I was looking for here at Harlem Cemetery, so we're going to head over to Mix Bar, and we're going to be paying respects to a fallen man around before the time of this game was made. Stan Lee.
First time I met Mick, felt like I'd known him my whole life.
Yeah, man. Stan Lee. He passed, I think, right after 2018. Spider-Man came out, right? I think. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, just after the release of Spider-Man 2018, Stan Lee had passed. So they paid him a little tribute in this game. That's fucking sweet. We'll be heading back to Harlem Cemetery up here in this little area because I was looking for specifically Jeffrey Davis's gravestone. We ended up finding May and Ben's. They're actually not too far from each other. So here it is.
Miss you, Dad.
And we get a few achievements for visiting the graves of the heroes in our lives, right? For Miles, his dad, for a lot of people who love comic books, Stan, the man, you know, who inspires us every day to be creative and be the best people that we can be through heroes and villains and such and storytelling. Anyway, on to that nonsense. We're going to be doing our sampling.
Your dad and I fell asleep listening to this sound every night when we were kids. It's got a good beat.
Okay. Something rhythmic that was around when Dad and Uncle Aaron were little.
Well, the subway has been here forever, so that's what we're going to be taking a look at. It's going to be the
Not
subway,
this
but
way.
just know that you got to stay within the parameters on your minimap. So I was like, oh, maybe it's something like around here, and I was like, they like basketball growing up, but no, it's definitely the subway. You just got to wait for the train to come by.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And then you can record it.
Yeah, that's it.
You probably don't know this, but your dad and I grew up not far from here before we moved to Brooklyn in high school. Hearing the clatter of the wheels, the squealing when the trains turn or stop, always makes me think of me and your dad's late night talks. Mostly about what we wanted to be when we grew up. I wanted to be a space alien. Dad's dream changed. Doctor, firefighter, social worker. But he always wanted to help people.
Yeah, sounds like Dad.
Good news, friends. Beast North is back on its feet. And guess who we have to thank? That's right, the new Spider-Man. Y'all, what doesn't this guy do? Okay, if you have pictures of Spidey cleaning up Beast, send them my way, and I'll feature them on the blog. Until next time, remember that a 10-minute nap will give you the energy boost you need. That we all need, actually. Okay, goodbye.
Cool. So while we're waiting for the Danicast to go through, we can take a look at the camera functionality. There's actually another achievement for putting stickers and lighting effects on a camera, so that's what we're going to be taking a look at here. So while I mess around with the camera and someone's hammering downstairs, I cannot control that. I got a comment today. Today's November 10th, by the way, from A1 Enzo. Who wanted me to mention him in a video where I am swinging through the city at night. Well, I am lazy and I don't feel like recording another clip months after having recorded all my clips and taking a while to just record. I figured why not just talk about it right now while I'm recording a video where I'm basically swinging through the city anyway, taking care of some side projects. So yeah, shout out to you, Enzo. Check him out. He does, or did, I don't know if he's still uploading or not, some Minecraft videos, if you like Minecraft videos. I thought that was really cute. Howdy. So yeah, to get this achievement, like I was mentioning before, we need to place down a sticker and a light effect. Doesn't matter how it looks or anything in particular, you could just mess around. And the cool thing about the photo mode is that you get to change the suit, the expression, how you're posed, a selfie or whatever. It's pretty neat. Now another achievement that we need to do is knock people off buildings, and we got up and over, and that's how you get that one. You have to like knock off a few people. Another one that I was trying to work on, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting it in this video or if I'm getting it in a different video, but another one that I was trying to work on was 50 trappers. takedowns, and that's using the electric remote mines. So take out 50 people. Now again, I don't know what the specifics are because I did get 50 and I never got the achievement. So I don't know how it works particularly with that. So keep that in mind. Use your electric remote mines as often as you can. Actually, just use your gadget. There's another achievement for something similar with like the gravity mine, I think, with it. So yeah, on to the next sample that we're gonna be taking a look at here.
Your mom lived here right after college. You know that? She and your dad were dating. 3 of us spent a lot of time here. We got used to this soft, steady beat.
Soft beat.
Okay, so this one is the water tower, or maybe it's the icicles. I don't know if it's the ice or the water tower. I think it's the water tower. And this one took me a little while to figure out precisely. I like how I was actually looking at it and I was getting the right beat, but I just couldn't figure out that's what I was supposed to be looking at particularly. So I started looking around for other things that made noises, and I was like, maybe it's the train, maybe it's this thing. No, it's the water tower. I was right on the money before. You can see like the little spikes. If they look similar, that's most likely what you're gonna be looking for. And I just wasn't 100% positive because I also thought this was the wind chimes. Now I've been saying that in my mind while looking through all these editing footages. I was like,
It's been around a while.
I was like, cool.
Yeah. Subtle, but a good beat.
Things were good back then. Felt like they'd be good forever. Your mom got her first gig as a teacher. Your dad was new to being a cop. And I just started calling myself the Prowler. I figured we all kept secrets about our jobs. Couldn't last though. Your dad's job and mine crossed paths too often.
Man, Uncle Aaron, if you would have been anything else, my mom and dad would have supported you all the way.
Every time I made it to an area where there's a new sample, I was like, it's the wind chimes.
Folks, the Feast Centers have had a rough go ever since their founder, Martin Lee, turned out to be the mad bomber known as Mr. Nick. But I believe in the Feast Centers because I knew Mabel, the brave woman who literally gave her life to keep them going. So I was distressed to hear the Harlem branch recently suffered a damaging flood. With us is Gloria, director of that center.
Yeah, thanks. Anyone who wants to donate to the cleanup, check out our website. It's tax deductible.
Wonderful. I'm donating 10% of my paycheck for this week. And half of
Fighting the
Jerry.
good fight, man.
Now, I'm hearing Spider-Man may have been responsible for the flood.
No way. Someone was responsible, but it wasn't Spider-Man. Follow the money. Who benefits from lower property values?
And I'm going to stop you there, because we have a strict policy of not saying anything that will get me sued. Incidentally, I'm pretty sure Spider-Man can't afford lawyers.
He wasn't Spider-Man.
We're out of time. Thanks so much for joining us, Gloria. And remember, everyone, if you want to be a real hero, not like a certain masked menace, donate to Feast. Jared, cut her mic before I end up in the poorhouse.
This one was all your dad's idea. You need something that's always in this park. Quiet on their own, loud in a group.
Loud in a group.
So this one I knew it was the pigeons. I just, for whatever reason, couldn't figure out how to get them. And I was like, maybe it's when they're flying, but it wasn't. So I was like, interesting. So now we gotta like run away and then make sure they come back. And maybe I have to get there closer. Maybe it's a speed thing. But then I was like, no, I gotta record them, right?
Nah, getting too far away.
So just trying to make them come back. Eventually they will flock back down. And then I was like, oh, maybe I just gotta record them as I walk forward and then to work. But they run away.
All of you niggas back there.
Super duper quickly. And the best way to handle this one is to give them their distance. And then give them space, and then turn invisible, right? Because they can't see you while you're in your
Probably
camouflage.
something you'd always find here, like birds or trees. Or...
I mean, I know, Miles. You don't have to give me the hint. I know what it is.
Not
It's just
trees.
the game's spelling it out for you. So you gotta wait for the pigeons to come back. You turn camouflage, and then you can record them. That's as simple as that. It's really not too complicated, honestly.
How did Dad record this? Is he a pigeon whisperer?
This was way back, before high school. We were hanging in the park one day, and someone dropped a hot dog. You know how that goes. The place was swarming with pigeons. Dad stopped cold. He said, "Aaron, man, that's music. Listen." Next day, we were crawling all over Manhattan looking for beats. Like you are now.
I remember the first time they showed me how to sample. Uncle Aaron had the gear, and Dad had the ear for music.
That must be really cool to experience as like a family. Like, that'd be really cool. Oh, this one.
This is a good one. Me and your dad used to hang around here. Listen while the whole station came alive. That's what you need.
Something at the station.
It's the fire truck. Or at least one of them. I just don't know which one particularly. Could be this one, could be the other one. Too close? No, see, it's not that one because it's the spikes don't match, right? Or the peaks and valleys don't match. You gotta find one that's running. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one.
Nice.
I think hanging around here is how your dad got the idea to be a cop. I said, "Man, you're not uptight enough for that job." He wanted to make things better from the inside. Pretty sure he died trying.
You did make things better, Dad. So will I.
I don't know if I'd say he died trying to make things better, but he definitely sacrificed his life.
Hey, Dana fans. For the last few weeks, Harlem has had a series of bad breaks. The attack on CJ Walker's park, to me. Spider-Man intervened to protect the neighborhood, but he didn't do it alone. I'm here with Genki Lee, the Harlem local who helped Spider-Man save the neighborhood.
It felt really good to help people out. Even better when we found out Wilson Fisk was behind it. Shutting him down is a career highlight for me. And Spider-Man.
I bet. How did you guys stumble on the conspiracies?
By talking to people in the neighborhood. They were all looking out for each other, which helped us look out for them. Teo, Caleb, Camila, Haley, Steph, Gloria, if you're listening, thank you.
I checked with Wilson Fisk's parole officer, who confirmed the big guy is under tighter security and will likely get some time tacked onto his prison sentence. Genki, and everyone in Harlem, thanks for looking out. Till next time, friends, remember to change your toothbrush every 3 months. Goodbye.
Alright, first of all, out here giving out full government. Second of all those people are now targets. Kingpin don't fuck around, bro.
Times Square. Easy to find someone in the crowd here. Or lose them. Sound you need's like an electric current.
A current.
Okay, so this one was kind of difficult
cheat it with venom.
for me
Nah.
to find. But like I was saying, I don't think Jeff Davis gave up his life in the sense that like how Uncle Aaron was talking about it. It was more of a greater good thing. He was trying to help people out, and he passed, unfortunately, through the hands of a diabolically evil person.
Man,
So.
I could use some coffee.
So
think I
this
brought
one
my
is
wallet.
actually the neon
Man, that's not
sign.
the right sound.
You gotta find the right neon sign though, and I believe, if I remember correctly off the top of my head, this one is the American flag. I was like, wind chime! It's the wind chime! I remember there's a wind chime. I swear to God, I remember the wind chime. No, it's the American flag, I want to say.
Electric. Oh, that's cool. Love how alive that feels.
After I started calling myself the problem, met my first client right under this sign. Neon flag's hard to miss, and the crowd makes it easy to blend in. She wanted me to steal a painting. I looked across the square and saw your dad looking back at me. He never said anything, just turned and left. He didn't know everything, just that I was a thief. That was enough. I think he saw where we were headed long before I did.
If you would have tried to act right sooner, he would have forgiven you. I know he would have.
Like I said, I think there needs to be like a video game therapy. like a cinema therapy, but with video games on this topic. That sounds so interesting. Forgiveness? Interesting.
Getting reports of the underground messing with a billboard nearby.
This sound always feels like someone celebrating, even when it's just telling time. Your dad thought so too, so we had to include it.
A sound that tells time. Okay.
Ah, okay, so this is the church bell? It's a bell. I just forgot which bell. Ah, that one. Church bell. There it is. So we just gotta sample it.
I like that. That's it. Ringing on the hour.
When I hear those bells, I remember the last time I was here. Your dad had just graduated from the police academy. I didn't go to the ceremony, so I met him here after. Bought us milkshakes. Strawberry for him, peanut butter for me. Don't know why I remember that. He said he couldn't cover for me anymore if I got in trouble. I told him I was done with that life. I was lying, but he believed me for a while. Or at least pretended to.
Man, things got complicated between them.
You tend to remember the small things, like the small intricacies about a person after they pass, and it's. I was watching a clip on Goodwill Hunting, and they mention like the therapist, Robin Williams' character, mentions his wife.
Hey, I want to address some rumors making the rounds of the pool halls and sleazy bars. Supposedly, Wilson Fisk has been trying to destabilize Harlem in order to make it cheaper and easier for him to acquire property. All from behind bars. Now, you all know my distaste for conspiracy theories. If there's proof, I will be the first to condemn malfeasance. But until that happens, it is poisonous, irresponsible, and wrong to repeat such baseless and inflammatory claims. That's the kind of behavior I'd expect from someone like Spider-Man, who several people have told me enjoys the destabilized neighborhood himself because it creates more crime and thus more opportunities for him to make himself look good. So, let's be careful what we say and stick to the facts. Okay, people?
In Robin Williams in the movie, he says that he remembers like the small things, like how his wife's fart, I think it was, something like that.
This plaza and the blocks around it are alive with sound. What you're looking for is light, distinct.
Light, huh? Okay.
So this is the wind chime that I was looking for the other like 20 things. So yeah, it's the wind chimes over here, next to this little gateway up here. But like in my experience, back to the other topic, back in my experience, like I remember like the small little stories my mom used to say, or like her little like one-liners, or like just a few like her mannerisms. Like that's what I remember most. I don't really remember like a lot of like the big things anymore. It's these ones right here. It's these little yellow ones.
Yeah. Wind chimes. That sounds good.
What it's all about.
This plaza's where I had my first job. I was fresh out of high school then. Didn't have the gear or the mask. Guy paid me to mug his boss. Rough him up and take everything in his wallet. Your dad found out. He stood under those wind chimes yelling at me for an hour. He never told our folks. He made me promise I'd stop stealing. Wish I'd kept my word. You deserve better.
I wish you had too. Maybe you and Dad would have stayed close. I can't imagine ever turning my back on my family.
Alright, and then right around here in the circular area, we had to take out all those dudes one time, and that one Taskmaster mission. This last one.
Have fun with this one. I had a repeat client I always met here. Got real used to waiting, listening, hearing this sound running on a tight schedule.
A sound on a schedule.
So, this one is the Big Ferry. I'm not sure if this is the Staten Island Ferry or whatever, but it's that big boat right back there. And the horns is the giveaway to it. So I was like, all right, how do I find the source that I'm looking for?
I was on the train home.
I knew it was the ferry, but I just didn't know which ferry. You know what I mean? Like, the same thing with the fire truck. Like, which one is it? Well, there it is. So we're too close. Which means we gotta walk away a little bit, or we gotta find a way to see it from a vantage point. Like up here is fine. Still too close. Alright, well, what about up here?
Sound of something on a schedule. Whoa, ferry horns. That's right.
The client I met here used to take the ferry over from Jersey. Work for him was good money. Till he got busted. He's how your dad found out about the problem. Not that it was me, that the beat was making it big in New York. And your dad volunteered for the case. I could feel him closing in. I had to try and guess which would be worse. I told him. But he caught me.
That'd be me. I don't know what I'd do. That can't be the only reason Dad cut him off. Not if he fessed up. Just wasn't Dad.
Hey, young blood. You got almost everything you need for the trap. You just unlocked the spot where you could find the last piece. Hope it works for you.
Spot in Harlem. Wonder what the last piece is.
So we're gonna head right back over to Harlem to finish up this side mission. The Prowler's hideout, it looks like.
Folks, I've heard differing opinions from my discerning listeners about Roxxon's security force. On the one hand, this is fair. There are some of the same concerns I have about Spider. These are not law enforcement officers and do not answer to the same standards. On the other hand, Roxxon has every right to protect its property and interests. And many of the skirmishes people are concerned about started because Spider-Man broke and entered into Roxxon's places of business. Now I'm told these incidents have died down, but I ask, if a stranger in a skin-tight suit burst into your bedroom at night, what would you do? No, go wait, that was rhetorical. Garrett, shut down the comments. You people are sick!
Man in subway tunnels.
So down here in the
Thief needs a
grates,
good hideout.
we have found ourselves the location of the Prowler's hideout. There's a little workbench, some TV screens, some tools.
Uncle Aaron's got tabs all over the city. He must have been building his network for years. My mom
Dragon.
bought him this at a flea market. It was a joke about... can't remember.
Okay. Some more stuff in the background. His music station.
Sequencer? Sampler? Vintage? Oh, has to be him and Dad's equipment. He was always way better at guitar than me. He used to come to our place for dinner all the time. Guess he never learned to cook. Use the sounds. Frequency lock? Something new every day.
Hey, kid. Hope the suit fits. You asked why me and your dad stopped talking. He was investigating the Prowler. It led him to my clients, people like Simon Krieger, Wilson Fisk. Dad couldn't afford to make enemies like that. Not with you and Rio in the picture. So I told him. Hoped he'd back off, and he did. For good. He didn't want me around. Didn't want you to turn out like me. Hope this suit helps you be better. Take care, Spider-Man.
Thank you, Uncle Aaron, for everything.
And for collecting all the samples, we end up getting the purple rain suit. Probably my second favorite suit in the game. I just love the color scheme. Purple and green, like the villain colors, are always fucking amazing. But doing this gives you the suit mod Reclaimer, which replenishes one gadget ammo while performing a melee stealth takedown. So it's the one that's on the ground takedown. Not sure if that also includes the web zip takedown. But yeah. So we're going to be taking a look at this a little more in depth in the next video,
Don't you guys have
because
something better to
I
do?
forgot to change the suit. And off screen, we're going to try and zap as many people as I can using my electric remote mines. But yeah, I thought this would be a really fun little way to end the video. Is just swing around with the purple rain suit.
Hey, pod listeners! This episode is part of my series, Underground Exposed. Spider-Man recently took down an underground hideout in Greenwich, and we found evidence the underground went to war against the Maggia. Yes, that Maggia, the old school crime family. Back then, there was no tinkerer, and the underground considered themselves a new class of criminal, the young Mafia. They wanted respect, so they went after the crime families. The conflict sputtered out when Hammerhead staged the full-on takeover of the Maggia, which indirectly saved the underground. Thanks for that, Hammerhead, jerk. Till next time, if you're trying to change your habits, limit yourself to one change per month so you can stick to it. Goodbye.
Alrighty. I think we get one more, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, Dana fans! You're tuning into my 4-part series, Underground Exposed. While Spider-Man was shutting down the Underground's hideout in the Upper East Side, I found evidence of their days partnering with Tombstone's gang. Yep, you heard that right. They worked together off and on until an Underground killed one of Tombstone's people. Cue violent feud. The Underground were horribly, hopelessly outgunned. Then Tombstone was hauled off to prison, and not long after, the Tinkerer became their new leader and supplier. You can find more details on my blog. Till next time, try to tackle your hardest work between 2 and 3 p.m. Seriously, you're at peak attention span then. Bye!
Well, that should do it then, everyone. I will see y'all in the next video while we tend to get a little closer to our goal at Trinity Church. And that's what we're going to be doing in the next video, meeting up with Finn and seeing where this all goes. So, yeah. I'll see y'all around. And Enzo, thanks for watching and commenting, I suppose. I will see you all next time.
Saying it's flying out of control.
Bye.